Everybody, welcome again to our 11th Symposium of Architecture, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 5,000, and Education of the Future. With a very special guest, we are now in England, Manchester, with the architect Jason Boyle. And he has quite a vast curricula, but is ambassador of the Royal Institute of the British Architects, RIBA, which is quite impressive. Architect with nuclear construction, right? Teacher yes. Involved in universities and schools. So would you like to present yourself and we start the interview?
Yeah,
thank you
sure.
for joining
Yes.
us. And thank you for your time.
No, that's no problem. Lovely to.
Oh, and you have a huge network as well, all around the world, which is very nice. And it's a new way of working. I'm very glad to hear that. So please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I do. So I've been working in the nuclear industry as an architect, which is quite unusual.
Indeed.
And that's for 13 years, working on sort of major projects for the government to essentially clean up the waste from the 1950s and 1960s. You know, so we do have that legacy, as a number of other countries in the world have, and there's a real focus on making that material safe and storing it for the long term. So that's kind of that's my kind of role. So we're making the planet safer. That's my job to do that. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And what will be your main view about architecture and all this? We have many changes right now, especially after 2020. Would you like to give us your ideas on where are we going?
Where are we going in the future? Yeah, it's definitely, for me, it seems to be architecture is moving towards building off-site and design for manufacture and assembly. So what I mean by that is construction used to be very much focused on, you know, an architect would design something and then site people would build everything and bring the materials to site. It seems to be moving in the fact that now we can use computers to actually build these buildings so accurately that we can use that digital model and push that out to manufacturing sector. So a lot of these buildings can be designed within a factory to high quality and then can be delivered to site in kits of parts and then assembled on site. So it's more like an IKEA, if you imagine. So I think definitely the future of architecture is moving in that direction, and it already has. But I also think robots as well. I think robots will be on site building and assembling the buildings together. So we might see sites by 2050 with very few people on the construction sites. I don't know what you think about that.
It's always double side of the coin.
Yeah, it
because
is.
In my country, many people earn their money by building because they are builders or bricklayers. So they won't be happy to hear that.
Yeah, but I think
on the other hand, it's so dangerous when you are on the top of the building and you have to be in. I mean, I see from my window, actually, they are on the 10th floor with no security, with nothing. So that's scary as well. So
yeah, it is. But, you know, maybe they'll do different jobs, you know, sort of maybe they'll be more looking at the performance or looking at health and safety, improving health and safety skills, or, you know, just different jobs. Because I think a lot of the future is now different roles are being created, you know, in the construction and architecture field. So you might think that your job might disappear, but you might do something completely different and it might be more rewarding.
And yes, more interesting and something you really wanted to do and you never had the chance.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's why the education is changing as well right now at all levels.
Yes, it is.
Any relationship? Yeah, I know you have experience with university and schools. What are your views on education and how it should be?
Yeah, so I do have an opinion on this. So I mean, my sort of experience generally is at university level. And
Mm-hmm,
what I do see, and talking to the lecturers at the universities, and
mm-hmm,
talking to, more importantly, the students, because they give you the best feedback, is
correct.
I think that the university and practice or business have to be closer together. They have to come together. So when you do leave university, you are a lot more employable and a lot more useful in in that sort of environment. So I'd like to see universities look at the business side of things, whatever discipline you're studying, whatever subject. So when you do come out, you're aware of the commercial world, you're aware of money and clients and what people need, and you're adaptable. And if universities can um, think about that and produce students which are more aligned to the work life, I think it's going to be a win-win for everyone, really.
Yeah, sometimes I heard some young people, I have my diploma in my hand, but I feel I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Yes,
It takes
exactly.
4, 5, 6 years. So yes, we have to adjust definitely. I agree with you.
Yeah, and if it maybe can be done by, if you having a mix, a blended work, so you actually study at university for so many days and then you go into the office for so many days, and so you have that mixture. I think that's a good
Yeah.
way. And I think in architecture in the UK, we're going back to the apprenticeships. So having apprenticeships, I think that's a really positive sign, and we need more of that sort of study and work, I think.
And as well, nowadays, it's so important to work with big networks and all interconnected. Would you like to share
Yes.
about your network?
Yes.
Pretty big now.
So yeah, I've nearly 30,000 followers on LinkedIn from across the world. So it mainly consists of architects, students, but project managers, quantity surveyors, anyone involved in the construction industry. I've been heavily building up a really powerful network on LinkedIn, and now I'm moving that network onto a platform called Clubhouse, because Clubhouse gives you a voice to your interaction in your network. So whereas on most platforms that are available now, people are just typing or sharing some content or pictures. But
Correct.
this Clubhouse, this new platform, which I can see, coming out in every planet, sorry, every country in the world.
Maybe,
We
maybe planet one
maybe every
day. Why
planet,
not?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. We can. I
I
think
think so, actually.
yeah, I think speaking and hearing someone's voice, you're more likely to get to know someone quicker and have much more
True.
value, valuable conversations that are meaningful. And that's so I've started my network building on Clubhouse. So I'm slowly transitioning from that platform to Clubhouse, because I see so much growth and sharing of minds and sharing of values and sharing content with each other. It's really powerful.
Yes, and
And
this is a
that's
new way of working, actually. And the same with young people. It's
yes,
everything is a network now. Even the
yes,
symposium, we are networking all around the world. Now we have the 5 continents, and it's so rich.
it is. And I've got this new space where architects from around the world and creatives and designers and construction professionals can share ideas. So I have rooms most evenings where we can debate different subject topics. We discuss culture. We're discussing culture on Wednesday about it within architecture. We've discussed salaries all in different countries around the world, mental health, all of these issues are great issues. And what it seems to me is no matter what country you're in, the issues and the problems are still the same.
That's true.
Yeah.
So if we find a solution somewhere, it's bang, 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 bang. It's like a domino effect as well.
It
That's the
is.
beauty of
It
the network.
is. Yeah.
And you don't feel alone.
You don't feel alone, and I think I really think it's it's a very powerful platform, and I think any platform whereby you can get people who you could be in Australia, you could be in somewhere maybe in Zambia or something in Africa, and you can have that conversation and that debate and get to know people and learn from each other. That's what it's all about. And so it's yeah, I'm really enjoying that networking and that sort of creativity with speaking to people and learning from others as well.
And this is what's so amazing. We can't travel for 1.5 years now. I can't travel, but we made more contact and more platform than ever. So we have an acceleration of contacting and making the world small, and have the notion we are all together at the end of the story.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the beauty of the internet. You know, the internet is bringing people together, and it's developing in such a way that you can have video calls. I think we've all been doing Zoom calls and video calls for a year now. It might seem like a step backwards, but with audio, you can have hundreds of people in a room and speak and go, and I think that's really powerful. And with audio, you don't need the bandwidth that you need with the video. So you can interact with more people. So I really like it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I will have to switch to Club Pass too, I think.
You should.
Yeah, you convinced me now. What would you say to our viewers now? We have architects, we have fathers and mothers, teachers, students, designer, young people. What would you recommend us? Or what would be your piece of advice?
Yeah, so my piece of advice with networking is not something you do. It's not something you do every now and then. I think networking is something you do every day, and you should devote a small part of your day to network with other people and build a network, because a network is really powerful. It really is today. And social media and the internet allows you to create powerful networks which can enrich your life. And that's what I would suggest.
Perfect. So let's network and let's be in touch. Let's keep in touch.
Yes.
And everybody seeing us, enjoy the networking. If you can't travel, but enjoy connecting all around the world. That's why I put behind all these little connections. And this is definitely, how do you say, like synergy or fractal. It will grow up.
Yes.
Quite fast. And that's the beauty of it too. So we are not alone. We are in a network, and we can co-create a lot of things together.
Absolutely. I agree.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
Please take care, and we keep in touch.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.